Hey everybody, Marty from Santa Ana College. I'm one of the professors here at Santa Ana College. I've been here for 8 years now. I'm going on my ninth starting in the fall. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about myself. We'll start off with that and a little bit of my history. So I am a college professor. I come from industry. And what I mean by that is I actually worked in the field. I worked on cars. I worked on trucks. I actually worked on heavy duty trucks and buses too. And I started off, well, I have quite a bit of background in this, I should put it that way. I am a third generation mechanic. I started my craft, you might say, working on cars very, very young. I was about 13 when I started going to my grandfather's shop that my dad worked at. So I had a very good mentor, and I appreciate all the things that my dad did to push me through things. He actually was the one that said, "No, you're not just going to work on that. You're going to work on bumper to bumper on the car." So it gave me a lot of challenges, and that's one thing I really enjoyed about working on cars is I could always be challenged. I worked, like I said, I worked at my grandfather's shop. After I was out of school, I'd go up and I didn't start off like you think, as overhauling motors and stuff like that. No, I actually started sweeping floors, uh, moving cars around. Well, I kind of did, but I wasn't really doing a lot of that. But it was mainly maintaining the shop, which I got to see a lot of things. I got to shadow a lot of things that was going on. And later on, when I got my license, then I was able to, at 16, I was actually the parts runner. And then later on, I was able to test drive vehicles. Before, I could never test drive them. I could work on them, but I couldn't test drive them. And the first car, and I can remember this like it was yesterday, that I actually rebuilt a motor on was a 64 and a half Mustang, which was a fun thing. Uh, Anyways, and getting back to a little bit of the story there, I worked for my grandfather for quite a while. My grandfather decided that he wanted to sell the business later on. It was mainly a transmission shop, but we did all kinds of repairs. We would work on just about everything. That's what I liked about working on independence. We weren't, just pigeonholed into one manufacturer, and that's what really challenged me. And I like to be challenged. So later on, when my grandfather sold the shop, I actually started working for a friend of mine that had a rental car place, and I was the guy that would maintain and repair anything that was going wrong with those cars. I did that for quite a while. Then I got a job at a Union 76 station. Yeah, of course, I'm continuing to hone my skills. I worked for there for quite a while. I got promoted to the manager. I was, started off as the mechanic there, and then I, kind of went into managing the place because the boss liked the way I did things and I organized things. So later on, I decided, you know what, this is not a job for me. I went into the CHP, went to the academy, and then you know what, this is not me, and that's what I went back and I started working on cars again. I left CHP, went in to working on cars again. Again, back into independent. I've always been able to find a job, being a mechanic or a technician, as some people call it. I started working again with my dad. He was working at a shop, a little mom and pop type shop called the Auto Clinic. And I worked for that place for quite a while, and then there was some problems going on with my boss, and I decided, you know what, I can look for another job. And no, not so much as I picked up the phone to call somebody, I got a job offer. So, and I'm not kidding you, I rolled my toolbox to the next shop, right down to the place. It was not that far away. So I worked for this place for about 11 years, and then I got an opportunity from another shop, and this boss wanted me to figure out why they weren't making money, and I actually went to work for them for quite a while. And then later on, an opportunity came up with the University of Southern California as the master mechanic. I applied for it, and I got it out of quite a few people that applied. I worked as the master mechanic for a year, and then my director at University of Southern California liked what I was doing again, and he promoted me to the maintenance manager, which put a lot of more responsibility on me, and that kind of drained me for quite a few years. 12 years later, I was reevaluating what I wanted to be and do in life, and I said, you know what, there was some changes going on with management, and I said, you know what, I'm going to move on. And I started doing contract teaching for Cerritos College, and I kept very, very busy. An opportunity came up a little bit later on the later part of the year at Pasadena City College, and I actually worked for them for a couple years. I got another opportunity at a couple other colleges, and also doing some side teaching and stuff like that. So I've always been pretty busy at it. In 2014, the opportunity to come up here at Santa Ana College, and I have been here for 8 years teaching everything from working on cars, from the entry level, which I think is a fun class to teach because you open the eyes of students. This one class that I am probably pretty easy at. If you do a little bit of work, you can pass the class, but you really got to do the work. And I teach everything from the basics all the way up to the smog check program. I've been a smog check trainer through the Bureau of Auto Repair for quite a few years. Actually, I got an opportunity to do that way back in my Cerritos College days. And I worked on pretty much all kinds of cars. I enjoy the challenge of working on cars. And then I also do the opacity training for our college here, also at Santa Ana College, which is kind of a smog check for trucks. That is actually changing as we speak right now. There's a lot of great things coming up as we go along. And what I'm really looking forward to is the electric trucks and the electric cars. Another great challenge, and I look forward to the challenge. And I am just kind of a little bit more of a background. I am a master automotive technician through the Automotive Service of Excellence, and I'm also a master in the medium heavy duty truck, and also a master in the transit vehicles. So I have quite a few certifications along the way, and you will gain them as you continue on. If you are interested in any of our programs, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information down below. And of course, if you're a Santa Ana College student, please look at your syllabus, and it should have my contact information in there, and also on Canvas. And I do share with my students my voicemail, contact information, and also you can get me at my personal email address, and I'll put that in the little section down below also. So welcome aboard. I look forward to teaching you. I think we're going to have a great time. I'll be putting up videos as we go along. I like to talk about my experience working on cars, and I really enjoyed sharing stories. I do get a little bit offbeat sometimes. You'll see some kind of other things with this kind of channel, you might say, where I go into dad jokes, and I also start talking about just off the top of my head kind of things. So welcome aboard. I look forward to communicating with you, teaching you, and getting to know you. You take care now, and like always, keep on learning. Always keep on learning. All right? Bye for now.